were too sweet for me until I stumbled along the river and fell in. The snake's back on his feet, walking down the street. He's coming for you, but baby, I'm coming too. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight for your love.
Hello, everybody. It is April 21st, 2024. I am Drew.
And I'm Tara.
This is America's #1 sibling, sports and entertainment, Chicago-based bunghole. I don't know how to work that in. Bunghole celebrating. #1 bunghole celebrating. It's the wettest podcast on either side of the Mississippi River. It is Melon Fights.
It's Melon Fight.
Melon Fights. I really just need you to say it normal, Tara, once. Just say Melon Fights. Melon Fights. Because I have to time it for something. That first part, say it. This is for everyone. Tara, I need you to say it just clear. Because that's how I got to put our sounds together. And right there, I have to time those first two things. And you can't ever just say it clean and clear. Clean and clear is all I need at the beginning there, T. Melon Fights.
Well, I didn't know that.
I'm telling you right now, Melon Fights.
Melon Fights.
Melon Fights. Wow. We did it. No one wants to hear that, but they're going to hear it 'cause it's staying in.
It literally took you 101, 102, 101,
This is our 105th
103, 105th.
You don't do it every time, but you do it.
It took you 2 years to tell me.
You've never noticed the annoyance in my eyes and in tone after you go, Melon Fights.
I do, but I don't really know why. I didn't know it was because you utilize it as like
I've told you before at the
benchmark.
beginning, I got to time
No.
stuff up. Yes.
No.
Yes. Absolutely, I've told you that. That's why at the beginning, I used to have you clap because all the sound at the beginning is so important. But I don't have to do that part anymore because I'm not putting the two syncing you anymore. So I don't have to do that part at least because that part was the worst part. And for some reason, your sound and your video came through and they weren't the same exact length. There was like, by the end, they were off by, I don't know, half a second. It was annoying. It was really annoying.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know why that happened, but it did.
Yeah.
Tara, this is our 105th episode.
Yeah, it is.
Sadly, I have to do this, though. Sadly, I have to do this.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do, Tara. So until High Life takes notice, I am chugging 2 beers. I'm chugging 2 High Lifes until High Life takes notice. Every week at the beginning of the podcast, I'm chugging 2 High Lifes until High Life takes notice. This is week number 3. Here we go. I hate it.
I do too. And he's going not very fast, kind of slow.
Rude. It's so cold. The problem is the coldness.
Maybe you don't have them so crispity cold.
No, I don't want a warm beer. What am I?
All right,
weirdo?
let's see if we
Here we go.
let's get to number 2. Look at him swallow that beer.
Holy shit.
That one was faster.
High Life, please. High Life, please. I got a burp, but
No,
it was gross last time.
It
was
so
gross last time. I got a burp, though.
I don't think people appreciate it. Burp outside of the microphone.
That wasn't bad. Did you even hear it?
I still didn't like it. It was like,
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I had to smell it because I tried to capture it.
Mm.
I didn't like the way it smelled. It smelled like
Yeah.
rotten beer.
yeah.
Didn't love it. Don't listen to that.
But
High
it
Life.
tastes delicious, right? It
Tasted
tastes
amazing,
delicious.
but it's coming from it's not the beer that smelled bad. It's the beer coming from inside my gut.
yeah,
is what
it's like your
smelled
bad
bad.
breath. It's like your bad breath mixing with your High
It
Life.
was more like vomit. You know how it was almost like a little vomity.
That's not good.
Well, because it's coming from the gut. It's almost like I threw up a barp.
A burp.
A barp. There we are, Tara. We're
Do you want me to show you one of my art projects?
we'll get to that. Hold up.
Well,
We'll get to it.
I'm just
Well,
think that
what?
this is a good time for me to talk about one of my art
There's
projects.
more than one?
Yeah,
Why is there more than one?
because
Is one good and one bad?
they're all kind of bad.
All? How many are there?
I have 2.5 done.
Are you showing me the half first?
No.
Okay, fuck it. We'll start with we'll start with art, I guess. Why don't we get, no. We got to get it. We'll get to
Okay.
art later.
Fine. You're going to regret it once
All
you
right,
see
show me
my
the
art
first
project.
one. Let's see the first
Okay.
piece of art. What the fuck is this?
This is a rock. Oh, God.
Oh, is it a high? Did you
It's
paint
a-
it to look like
it's-
High Life?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a Miller High Life rock.
That's sick.
It's-
Is that for me?
It's for you.
Can I have that?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, T. Hey, High Life, do you need more of these painted? Because I know an artiste that can paint them. That's pretty good. That makes me want to go get another one and chug it in honor.
No.
Tara, can I say this? The chugs are so slow. The second one's always better.
I know.
The first one's like,
It is.
it's like I forget how to chug. I don't even remember how to chug anymore.
Who am I?
Me. I think you're me.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, T. That's good. That's a good
Yeah.
art piece. Yeah, that's good. It's fine. It's seeing it. It's seeing it. You don't have to hold your hand in front of it. It's good. Hold it by your
The
face.
light.
Hold it right in front of your face. Like this. Yeah, that's good. Nice. Very good. That's a picture. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Cool. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about the art. We did do art this week. We're doing
So
our
for
art
those
show.
of you who can't hear or see it, it's a Miller High Life. It's a rock. I painted on a rock, and I painted a Miller High Life bottle in honor of our soon-to-be sponsor, Miller High
It's
Life.
pretty cool. It's like a paperweight.
Yeah.
It's good. It's something my mom used to do with Santa Clauses when we, as growing up. I got one up over here. I'm not going to grab it right now. Actually, you can see it right in the corner here, right? No one can watch this. I got to put up the full videos.
Yeah.
I got to put up the full videos. Tara. So yeah, we did art. I got to be fully transparent about the art. I forgot we had said that, and I didn't listen to our pod until this morning when I was
Yeah.
running around. And luckily, I just happened to have wanted to do some art last night, so we're good. I have art.
All right, good.
I have a painting.
Ooh, I'm excited to
piece of
see
art.
it later on in our art
It'll
segment.
be next.
Okay.
But let's go over our weekend first. We just finished up watching. Let's start with sports because we just both finished up watching the Milwaukee Bucks take on the Pacers. Listen. So far the playoffs have been pretty uneventful. All the home
lots of
teams
blowouts.
have won. It'll
Handily.
change a little bit, probably moving forward. But I all these, it's just like listen, I know Giannis is great, but not to think that Dame Lillard, who's been one of the great players in the league for the last, decade, couldn't turn it on and win against this pathetic Pacers team was like driving me insane, Tara. Everyone I talk about is giving the Bucks zero chance to win this series. And I think what we learned today is they better win this fucking series.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing, like that Pacers team is not very good.
We talked about it in mid-season tournament.
Yeah.
They weren't very good. There's no way they should have beat us. Like,
Yes.
not even a little bit.
Listen, winning this game's huge. Winning this
Yes.
game for the Bucks is huge because it gives Giannis time to heal. They can win the next one at home. Get this series, either A, finish it early, or B, maybe
Yes.
let him win a game or two so the Bucks, so that Giannis can come back, has more time to heal for the next round. Or you know what, better yet, sweep them.
Yeah.
Maybe let them have one, and hopefully that New York Philly series goes a little
to
ways.
7.
I don't know if it can go that far, just because I think that I just don't know that Embiid's going to hold up. I mean,
I know.
he almost looked like he was done for the year, but then he
Yeah.
came back and played. So I think he's probably a little. I don't think he got injured. I think he's just tender, is my guess, and that stung
Yeah.
a little bit when he landed. But that for a second there, it looked like Philly was like gonna crush him when it first started. Weren't they up by a
Yeah.
decent amount in the first half? I can't remember. I'm trying to think. Am I imagining
I
that?
think
Yeah, they were. They were up by
were.
a lot, like 15 points or
Yeah.
something, and then let them back and then end up losing.
And then my guy Brumley.
Brumley. So yeah, Brumley is not a finalist for the MVP, nor is Giannis, which is kind of a joke. I know those other
Yeah.
guys are good, but let's be honest. Let's be honest. Giannis
Let's be honest.
should be a finalist. He's an MVP. He's better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He just is.
Yeah.
I'm maybe okay with Luka being on that list. Shai had some great numbers though. I don't know. Giannis's numbers were freaky and they didn't get first place, but I mean, Luka. They finish like 5th? Are they 5th?
5th.
Not 6th. I think they're 5th. Well, who are they? They're in the 4-5 game, right?
They played the Clippers.
The 4-5 game, so there must be the 5th.
Yeah, 5.
I guess they could be as high as 4. Anyway, the point is this: Giannis not being in the finalists is bogus. He's probably being punished for missing the last 3 games of the year, and they looked terrible without him. And they looked great without him. Then I don't know about great. They looked great for a half. I can't believe Dame Lillard didn't score in the second half.
I mean,
he didn't even try.
No.
He didn't care, which I really enjoyed. I liked that about it. He wasn't forcing anything like, I got 35 in the first half. I got to go for 50, 60, 70. He didn't force anything. He just let Middleton cook the second half.
That's what I was going to say. It gave Middleton some ability to start cooking and gain some confidence and get his playoff sweat going. Because we know Bobby's got it. Bobby sure's got it.
Bobby is Bobby. Always Bobby. Those 3 guys.
He's always swagging.
They played pretty good. Everyone kind of had moments tonight, which was nice.
Yeah.
So my prediction, Bucks win it all. They're getting the World Series, Super Bowl. What's it called? NBA championship.
Stanley Cup Finals.
It's like the only thing that doesn't have like a name. It's called the NBA championship, where everything else has like a cool thing. Hey, NBA, let's go. Give us something. Maybe we should come up with it right now. All right, we got the Super Bowl. We got the World Series, which is cool. What do we call the NBA Finals? NBA Finals is boring as fuck.
What about
the NBA Finals? The MLB Finals? The NFL Finals? NBA, that sucks. How about the NBA? How about the hoop? The hoopla? No, that sounds lame. The hoop town. Hooperific.
No.
Hoop.
Doesn't have to be hoop.
The world.
No.
Huh?
It doesn't have to be
the World Series, the Super Bowl, the big game, the big finals, NBA Finals. I can't think of anything else because it keeps popping in my head. It sucks. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they nailed it.
The NBA Finals.
Anything's gonna sound stupid.
I know.
Come up with NBA Jam. The NBA Jam. Why not call it the Jam? I like that.
I like it.
What else did you do over the weekend?
It's awesome,
T-Bags?
baby.
Well, actually, let's stay in NBA. Anything else you took from it? There's a game on right now that we're not watching.
I know. I just looked and it was 17-17.
Yeah, but 17-17.
17-19.
17-19. Yep, you're correct. Both times I turned and looked.
Yep.
Again, all the home teams have won.
Yep.
I don't know that I don't know that I've taken a ton. I actually think that the Bucks win probably has been the most important win of the first round, like the most telling.
I think so too.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like people weren't giving them credit and they end up winning it, where everything else kind of went chalk.
Yeah, I think everything was chalk. But everyone definitely was down on the Bucks, thinking that they're gonna lose.
Which they still could. I'm not going to
predict it. They definitely could.
But this is very promising.
Yeah, and it's like, put some credit on Dame's freaking name. Like, come on.
Right, he's been excellent in this league for all of a sudden he's no good anymore. What are we talking about?
Everyone talks about how when playoff time comes, he hits another level, and think of what he did with the teams that weren't as talented as the team that's around him right now. So it's like, cut the crap. Like, respect him. He seems also, like, let's stop putting scenarios out there that don't exist.
Yeah,
Like,
just like leave these guys alone. Stop being like
yeah,
Dame's
it's
angry.
like Dame
Giannis
hates
wants
his
to leave.
situation.
Like, shut
He's
up.
dealing with all this personal stuff and he doesn't want to
He
be
is.
there. And it's like, yeah, he is dealing with personal stuff, but he seems to like it there. He also just like shut the fuck up.
Let these guys play some ball. They just
Yeah.
have nothing else to talk about. I think that it's gonna be one of those things where it's like they'll look back and like, look at all that turmoil. And there really wasn't as much as everyone thought there was, and they
Yeah.
win this fucking thing. They're winning it all. You know who it's not? They're not afraid of Boston. If Giannis gets healthy, they're not afraid of Boston.
Right.
The last two, they crushed them once earlier in the year. They were crushing this last game before Giannis pulled his calf in half.
I know. That really
They don't know how
sucks.
to. They're afraid of Giannis. They're absolutely afraid of Giannis. They have nobody that can guard Giannis.
I mean, he's a youngster, so who
He is a
wouldn't be?
youngster. He's the Adonis. He's a youngster.
Mhm.
He's a youngster. I'm just really bummed youngster never caught on.
I
The
know.
only other thing I'll say is that the Lakers have no chance.
No.
I was watching that first half. I was like, oh, they could win some games here because they were playing with them really well and they played really good in
Yeah.
the first quarter. And then the Nuggets just turned it on.
Yeah. They just could not
basically
miss.
the Lakers gave them the best they could give.
Yeah.
And it was not even close to enough. Not even
Oh my
close to
gosh.
enough.
I mean, talk about a freaking stacked team. They're so good.
They are good. Yeah, they're the favorite. It's not even close to me.
No.
Yeah,
They
obviously
just play like a
didn't he-
team. Like they are such a team,
they
like
came out in the
driven.
second- yeah,
They're
they
just
came out in the
so
second
good.
half and just were a better basketball team. It wasn't even close. I'm trying to think who else impressed me. I didn't get to watch the Magic Cleveland game. I just saw the outcome.
I didn't either.
That's that one's gonna, I feel like, kind of maybe be whoever's at home wins that thing, wins those games. Again, that Philadelphia New York game, I didn't think either of them looked great. I mean, Brunson didn't play very good at all. Brumley didn't bring it.
didn't bring it.
So imagine if he plays a little bit better.
He will.
A little different. So I
And like you said, the Embiid thing is like it's
Yeah,
cool
just-
that he's back, but like he's been out for a while, so he doesn't have the conditioning that he needs, and he's doesn't want to get injured again or get injured.
I mean, he's
worse.
playing hard out there. I mean, he went for that dunk, but then the second he landed, he was like, "Bagook."
Yeah,
Maybe don't land on that foot. Maybe try
Yeah.
to land on the other foot. I don't know.
or land on your butt.
What was the other game yesterday?
Mm,
The late game.
the Clippers versus the
We already
Maverick.
talked about that.
Oh,
That was today, wasn't it?
mm,
Yeah, wasn't it?
maybe
don't
I
remember.
didn't get to watch that game, so
Was I watching that today? I feel like I
yeah,
watched that today.
it was today.
So what's the other series we're not talking about? We
We
forgot
are.
about.
I'm
Or did we
looking.
talk about them all? So today, well, I'll do
Oh, the
Clippers.
Suns versus Timberwolves.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Suns got their asses kicked.
Yeah.
They're not very good.
No.
Sadly. I just think that Minnesota's got a lot going for them. They got a lot of things going on.
They do.
And Anthony Edwards looked like a stud. Okay, that is the other takeaway. Anthony Edwards was
so
a stud
good.
yesterday.
He's
He looked
so
great.
freaking good.
He was like unstoppable. I didn't watch the whole game, but the part I watched, Anthony Edwards dominated.
Yeah.
It'd be like if someone
33
watched the first half
points,
of this
9
Bucks game,
rebounds.
they'd be like, "Oh
6
my God,
assists.
Lillard must have scored 90."
Yeah.
Yeah, he played great. He looked amazing. He's coming. He's the next guy.
Yes.
He's the next guy for sure. I mean, people have been saying it. People are saying it now. They've been saying it for about a year and a half, 2 years now. I remember when they played the Bucks a couple years ago. I think it was his rookie year, so not last year, but the year before, and he just played hard, and he was aggressive, and he just did things in the game that were special. I'm like, oh, this guy's a baller. This guy is going to be a problem. And sure enough, here he is. I called it, Terrence. What I'm saying is I called it first.
You called it. You knew it.
I didn't call it first, but I called it pretty early.
I'm just looking at like the box scores and I see that Grayson Allen's doing Grayson Allen things. Just got a pretty
Is
big
he back to being
payday.
Grayson Allen?
But got a pretty big payday. Had 4 points. So
Yeah, he played really good all year, and the playoffs are a different time.
Yeah.
He got to stop acting like the regular
Yeah.
season. Clearly, Dame proved it tonight.
Uh-huh.
The best part was like there was like a commercial break. It was like right after that time he came across half court and just pulled up, and Jack. Oh, it was the one he hit the buzzer beater at the end of the first
Oh,
quarter,
yeah.
I think.
It was awesome.
And went straight to a commercial where it's like, "There's no such thing as playoff Dame," and they're like, "He's like, there's no such thing," and I'm like, "It was a perfect commercial because it's such a thing."
Yeah.
Anyone who takes these numbers, these bullshit fucking regular season numbers, and then puts them in the context of the playoffs is a moron. These analytics people are idiots because there is a type of person who, when the moment is the biggest, they play better, and your analytics can't prove that. You fucking dumbasses.
And there's something to be said about like preparing for a team and knowing that you have a long series with them, because then you're not like trying to figure out a new defense and who you're guarding, and like you can kind of like figure that person out. And especially if you have a high basketball IQ, playoff basketball is probably something that's good for you because you figure it out and you figure it out quick.
And speaking of that, the NBA's got to do something about this. There's one reason Dame didn't score a bunch of points. Like happened is in the second quarter they let that white boy McConnell play defense on him, and he was fouling him the entire time. That's not good for the fucking game.
No,
you want to see Dame go off for 50. You dumb fucks.
And like the way he
refs,
was guarding
the refs
him,
got to be calling that. He was all over him.
It was
luckily
like,
the other guys were making baskets, but he was like hugging him. It was like this is
like
not good defense. It was like a middle school basketball girl is what it was like.
Well, it was like how they were guarding Goki like in those games. Where
Goki?
Yeah.
Who's
the
Goki?
Oakland in the NCAA tournament. The guy that just couldn't stop hitting threes, and then they changed how they guarded him and just literally had someone just like basically hugging him the entire time.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bad for TV. It's like, why are you letting this loser get away with this?
And they still
hated it.
With like the end of the game where there was like 45 seconds left, that's how they were still guarding him.
Oh, and then at the end there's, how about this whack move at the end of the game? Bucks dribble out the clock they're up by 14 or something. Dribble out the clock to get to nothing. And there was 9 seconds left. Basically, just dribbled out and let it be a turnover. And then the Pacers, instead of just letting it go out, Siakam, because he was like, I think just shy of 40, tried to drive and like shoot. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
The Bucks easily could have went and tried to score there on you.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? I was like, I said, I wish it kind of would have got hurt. Like, was fucking lame as fuck. It wasn't like in like the other team you had already given up. You didn't foul them. So you just that was just like lame. I'm just trying to get points. No one's playing any defense or anything and then he didn't score because they played defense. Like, fuck off. We're stopping you. Get out of here, Siak. I can't believe he led the game in scoring. Anyway, predictions now after one game from everybody. Who's winning it all? Bucks is the answer. Bucks. What's your answer? Nuggets.
Yeah, they look pretty fucking good. They look pretty.
Boston looked good too. We didn't talk about that game at all. Boston crushed the Heat. The Heat are done without.
Without Butler.
The Heat without Jimmy is a joke.
Yeah.
The Heat. No matter who the Boston was playing, it was gonna be a joke because the Bulls are terrible. That would have been a joke as well.
And
the East is so dinged.
Yeah. And with like Jimmy being like, he's another cat that like when the playoffs come around, he's gonna come bring it. He's gonna do another level. Yeah.
And then if Boston, one of their like four guys gets dinged and doesn't get to play, and then Boston's like, oh, we had our guy hurt. I just want to be like, that everybody. Like,
Embiid's exactly. Embiid's Giannis.
Randall's out for the Knicks. Butler's out. Like everybody's out. Yeah. You're the only team that's healthy. They don't have anyone injured. Nobody. Right. It's insane that none of those guys are even dinged a little bit. And they really haven't been all season.
No, they've been healthy. Health has been on their side.
The amount of injuries the Bucks have had this year. The amount of games missed by Middleton and Giannis and Dame. Not a ton, but like more than they needed to be.
Well, exactly.
Any other sports stuff?
Let's see. Did I write anything else down? How about that?
I didn't see a lot of.
How about the Jonte Porter stuff? That's pretty wild.
Yeah, we can talk about it in a second since our listeners don't really know much about it. But
Yeah, but it's
yeah,
still
Jonte
like a
Porter.
crazy thing.
Yeah, if you don't know Jonte Porter, I forget who he even played for.
The
A bad team.
Raptors.
Raptors, and he got basically in trouble for, they found out he was betting on NBA games. Not only betting on NBA games, betting on his own team, and then not only betting on his own team, betting on his own team to like lose,
And betting on himself to
and
like
betting
play
on
bad.
himself to play bad, like
Yeah.
unders on himself. Like
Yes.
I won't even score. I'll score less than this many points.
And it's like the way
So
they
he's-
found out that there was like some questionable stuff
Yeah.
is like he put like a big ass bet on it on something for him.
Yeah.
And I think it paid out like over $1 million.
And so
And it got flagged.
They're like, "What's this about?
Yeah.
Why would anyone bet that?" So
And
he's
like,
kicked out of the league forever. I'm
Yeah.
sure more will come of it illegally if I had to guess.
yeah.
But I heard even some people like, should he be kicked out for them? Like, yes.
Yeah.
Nothing you can't ever question the outcome of a game from gambling. Like, what are we talking about? Get him the
Right?
fuck out forever.
I mean,
More than get him out forever. Like because people bet on those games, bet on stuff, and
Right.
it fucks up their bets.
and I think like I'm pretty sure they were saying he was like also giving people
Yes, information.
to
Basically, like someone's
bet
gonna
a
be
certain
hurt, someone's not
way.
gonna play.
Yeah.
Things like that. Yep.
So it was like a lot of fuckery. And it's
Fuckery
crazy
indeed.
because he's Michael Porter Jr.'s brother who plays for the Nugs. And like, that's just crazy that he has to like get questioned about that stuff. And that's got to be so uncomfortable. It's wild.
Well, is that true?
Yeah, it's Jonte Porter. It's his younger brother.
And then didn't something happen with his other brother? Like
I
was
don't
it
know.
like a accident? Hold on. Yes, there's another thing. He had like it's more than that going on. Michael Porter Jr. brother. Let's see here. Michael Porter Jr. brother. Yeah, Coben is his other brother, and he was sentenced to prison because he killed someone in a DUI accident. Yeah, that just
When?
happened like 2 days ago. Just happened. So like yesterday, fuck these reporters for asking him this. It's like right after the game, and he's in the locker room like, "Oh, how you doing with your brothers?" It's like, don't even fucking ask him that. Get the fuck out. I'm surprised he'd be like, "Go fuck yourself." Like, why would I have to talk about this right now? And he's just like, "Yeah, I got 15." He kind of looked around. I got 15 other brothers in here that are, there for me. So
Yeah.
So yeah, his brother's. Yeah.
That's
I-
crazy.
I'm surprised. I don't know how you didn't hear about that.
I
I'm a little
didn't.
confused on how you didn't hear about that. Yeah, that happened. That's happening too. So he's got a lot going
Oh,
on
man.
with his brothers right now.
That sucks for him. I feel bad.
It does suck. It sucks big time. Yeah, I don't really have any other sports stuff. Obviously, the NHL playoffs are going on.
Uninterested.
Go Penguins. I don't know.
I don't
Go
even know who's
Penguins.
in it.
Go Lightning.
Go Lightning.
Who's Sidney Crosby play for? think the Penguins.
No clue.
That's who I'm rooting for. Sid the Kid. Sidney Crosby plays for the Penguins. That's right. I nailed it. I ain't got my hockey all figured out. That's enough sports. Tara, do you want anything that you want to talk about that happened to you over the weekend? Let's tell each other what we did over the weekend. Mine's pretty exciting. You go first.
Okay. I worked on Friday, and then it was a very, very busy day, but it was good. I made decent money. And then on
I don't need your whole weekend.
And then on Saturday, that was a highlight. And then on
Okay.
Saturday, I went to drag bingo in
Oh,
Oregon, which was very fun.
You're the queen of drag bingo.
I've only
Or was
been
the other
once.
one not drag? The other one wasn't drag bingo. It was
No,
what,
there was-
slutty bingo
It
or
was
something?
bad mom bingo.
Bad
Ugh.
mom bingo. That's the
Ugh.
same as drag bingo.
Okay.
Same vibe, right?
Yeah, not really.
Dildos. I'm
there's
sure
no-
there was dildos at both.
No, Just bad
Oh,
mom.
okay. So the drag people didn't have dildos out,
No.
but just the white Christian ladies had dildos from head to toe.
Yeah.
I wonder who. I wonder who is warping our little children's minds the most.
I know. It's a very good question. And
Slutty
then
moms.
slutty moms. And then I won, which was pretty fun. What else?
What'd you win?
I won a $25 gift certificate to the Ready Set.
What's the Ready Set?
It's
A
a
restaurant? A bar?
restaurant. Yep, just a little
In
restaurant
Oregon?
in Oregon. That's where it was taking place.
Where's it at?
It's
Is this the new one?
The newish. It's been there for years, but it's the
Where
one.
is it?
It's where Charlie's used to be.
I don't know, Charlie's.
It's next to
Just tell me where it is.
the main tap.
Oh, it's on that little street?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So that
Cool.
was fun. And then today I went and got flowers and planted them
For where?
for my balcony.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
I had a pretty busy weekend myself.
Oh, let's hear it.
I I had a pretty open weekend, and so what I did is I took my cast iron skillet and I cleaned it. It had gotten a little rusty. I wasn't taking care of it, and I cleaned it and I seasoned it. Which, if you don't know that, I oil it and I bake it in the oven about 4 times. So I did that all weekend. So I'm pretty, like, I've been looking at my cast iron skillet. I could even show it as an art project if you want later. Like, I'm pretty proud of how it looks. It's very, like, sleek and for what it looked like, and now it looks beautiful and like shiny. I'm very excited about my clean cast iron skillet.
You know who you sounded like?
Who?
Andy from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
I feel that way. Oh my God, that's who I am now. Like, I was thinking, I literally,
Oh,
I had a
God.
thought like that the other. I was doing something today. I'm like, oh, I'm very productive, and I'm like, oh man,
Oh,
my
man.
life right now is a little different.
Yeah.
Though I am excited. Oh no, I don't want to say it just in case.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. But I know what you're excited for.
Just in case, I am excited though. I'll talk about it next week.
Big things coming up.
Big things coming up. I'm not sure when we'll probably record Monday next week. I'll let you know.
Okay.
So yeah, anything that you art, and then also last night I got it up my butt. I was bored, and I've been wanting to do this art piece for a while, and I finally did it last night. So let's do our art show.
All right.
This is the 2024 Mellon Fights, MELLON fights at gmail.com. If you want to email us and ask us about our art or have us make you some delicious art, maybe you want a high life rock, but this is our 2024 Mellon Fights art show. Tara, do you want to go first?
Do you want me to show you my High Life rock again?
No, we've seen it.
Okay.
It was a different segment. Next
Okay.
art. Let's see what you did. What did you? Oh, did you paint only rocks?
Yeah.
Okay. What does
It
this say?
says wet because we're the wettest podcast.
Wet. We are the fucking wettest podcast. Tara, your rocks are good.
Woo, woo.
I think
Wet,
you really
wet,
work
wet,
on your
wet,
rocks
wet,
for being
wet.
good, but they're like.
They're not very good.
I want a wet rock.
Wet.
I want a wet rock. Guys, if you want to see our artwork, I'm gonna post it. I'll post it in pictures. Tara, you have to take good pictures of these, like with your phone and send it to me, and I'm
Okay.
gonna put it up on our Instagram. I'm gonna put up. So if you guys want to see our artwork, I'll post it on Instagram. Mellon Fights Podcast on Instagram. I'll put it up there if you want to see it. But Tara, let me see your other artwork. Tara, it's
So I'm not quite done with.
I need you to be a little more reveal. Like when they reveal their artwork and on TikTok and things like that, they turn, yeah, like they do it cool. So let's see. This is your other rock that you painted. Let's see your other piece.
Wait,
of art.
I'm gonna do this one again.
Is this the half one?
No, this is the wet one, but I'm gonna just do it again. A cool review.
Oh yeah. Give me the wet one. And say wet.
Wet.
Nice. And let's see
And
your other
this
piece of
one,
art.
you're not gonna know what it is because it's
Who's not gonna know?
nobody. You are,
Oh, okay.
but I'll just show it. Hold on.
No, just hold
Okay.
it backwards like this, Tara, and just spin it. All right, go ahead.
It's gonna be a number one, a finger holding up a number one.
Oh wow, it kind of does
Because-
look like that.
Because we're America's number one podcast.
America's number one wet podcast.
Wet,
with the
wet,
wettest
wet,
podcast.
wet,
High
wet,
Life.
wet.
We definitely drink more High Life than any other podcast. on screen. Oh yeah, look at that. You want my artwork?
Yeah, I do. It's
Hold on.
probably
I'm
actually
gonna have to
the
get up.
art.
I'm gonna have to get up and get it. So
Okay.
give me a second. He'll be my art. I'll try to reveal it like they do on.
Okay, I'm ready.
On
TikTok?
Instagram and TikTok.
Instagram.
They go, "This is my art," and then they spin it.
This is my
Pretty
art.
cool. It's pretty cool.
Ooh. I like that.
Is it in focus?
Pretty much. Back up a little. And then go to the left. There we go. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So that's our art show. Yeah, I don't know if no one may ever see any of that art. I don't know if that's like a great clip or anything like that or sick art.
Well,
but I'll take pictures of it and we'll post it.
Yeah,
like
and I'll take
on our
pictures. I
Instagram
won't
feed.
do the number 1 yet until I finish it. I was just like, I don't.
Yeah, save that one.
I don't want to fuck it up, and I was like, I just don't know how to do this yet. So I'll figure it out and do it. Maybe I'll have to use a pencil first.
Yeah.
But yeah, rock art.
Nice. So that's our art. Melon Fight's first annual art show. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
You did some stuff that I was actually pretty pleased with that I want.
Yeah. They're yours.
Well, I think we could probably sell the rocks. Like we could get you selling rocks on the regular. Do we have a Melon Fights Etsy and it's just rocks?
Rocks, just my rocks
that you paint.
That.
Nice. That was fun. I enjoy that. We should do more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Show and tell. Maybe this will be the first one I finally do put up. I practiced one. I did a practice one once and it looked pretty good, but I hate that damn camera of yours. We gotta figure that out.
I know.
I say it every week like a little bitch. So yeah. If you guys got any other ideas like that, let us know. So yeah, Terry, you didn't describe mine at all, but so mine is so no one knows so if you're just listening, you have no fucking clue what it was because Tara didn't help it out.
Well, I didn't know.
I couldn't because I wasn't at the mic. I had to stand up. Mine's big. It's a big piece.
I wasn't sure if I was missing something, if
it
was just like a design or if it was if there was something up close.
So here's what we're learning is Tara doesn't get art. She doesn't get it.
I do.
She doesn't get it.
See it that well.
What's there to see? How couldn't you see it?
I could see it. I just didn't want to misrepresent it. So you explain what it is.
So it's a piece of art I've had for a long time.
Yes.
I've always wanted to. It's boring to me. It's Aubrey Hepburn, like looking over her shoulder, probably from Breakfast at Tiffany's, smoking like one of them long cigarettes. And someone I knew had a friend who's a tattoo artist, and they put a few tattoos on her. So that part I liked.
Yeah,
it was theirs, and they gave it to me because they moved and they didn't want to take it with them. And I took it, and it was just one side of it's just negative space, and I was just tired of it, and it was boring. So I did some art to it. I did a pattern that I liked. Then I also put a bunch of gold flakes all over it.
Ooh, I couldn't see the gold flakes.
I don't know how you couldn't. They're all over it. You're just not. You can't see. You
don't have a great camera.
My camera's perfect.
Well, not on my end.
I have a camera that sees everything and all the deets. It's on your end that it's dog shit.
Okay.
Because your Wi-Fi sucks.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw that out there. So it's a beautiful piece of art.
Can I see it again?
No, I'm not getting up again. It was a pain in my butt.
It was pretty.
You'll see it when everybody else sees it and post it.
Yeah.
I will say pictures don't do a lot of it. Looks a lot better. Like I took a picture when I came out this morning, the sun was beating in on it and the gold was like glistening. And I took a picture of it. Didn't even look close to. It was cool.
Sometimes art is made for in person.
It's definitely an in-person
Yeah.
piece. Terry, you want to do our list? It's time for the list.
Can you start it though?
No.
I want you to.
You always start.
No, but
Why are you afraid to start?
So this is the thing. You kind of changed it on me.
I didn't change it.
You did, and I don't know.
I gave you a heads up in advance.
And I did, but I don't know if I understood you completely. So if
don't you
you
understand?
go first, then
I didn't want anything as
know.
boring as disaster movies because that's boring. That's not our style. Here's a bunch of disaster movies. I said movies with disasters in movies.
Okay, well,
Whatever that means to you. If you just have a bunch of fucking volcanoes blowing up, you did a bad list. I'm just throwing it out there.
No,
you
I
did a
don't.
bad
I
list if
don't.
it's just a bunch of volcanoes flowing down a mountain. I'm not saying you can't have a volcano, but if it's just volcanoes and the earth splitting open in San Andreas, then I think you might have fucked up.
I think I fucked.
Did you do better than that? Did you do better than that?
Well, I have 2 lists.
What do you mean you have 2 lists?
Because one was my original one that I did, and then the second one is because I took disaster
Tara,
at a much.
Here's the thing. Tim, when I said it last time, I haven't changed anything. I said that to you, disasters in movies, so you would think outside of the box and not give me a boring list. Because you're better than that. Tara, every time we do a list, it should always be outside of the box.
Okay.
We should always have things like Kristen Cavallari coming out of a hot tub as one of the best things from 2004. That's what the fucking point of this is.
Okay.
So always, Tara, no matter whatever our list is, have fun with it.
Okay.
Just have some fun with it.
So my first disaster movie.
Oh, hold on. Hey guys, this is our top 5 disasters in movies. Disaster movies, if you will. However you want to take that. Tara, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Groundhog's Day, because living the same day over and over sounds like a disaster to me.
I don't know. That doesn't feel right to me.
I don't know.
That doesn't feel like a disaster to me.
Okay, let me try again.
That feels like a bad scenario. That feels like hell to me.
Let me try
like a bad
again.
scenario, but it's not a disaster. It's not like a disaster. I wouldn't be like, oh, look at that's a disaster as you watched it.
Let me try it.
You know what I mean? Like a disaster means something's going wrong throughout. Do you want me to start?
Let me try it again.
Do you want me to start?
No, I'm going to try one more time. Okay. My number 5 disaster movie is The Hangover.
Okay. Here we go. You're kind of getting there.
Because
You're kind of getting there.
everything about that movie is a disaster to me. From them losing their friend, not knowing where he is, and they have to be back for the wedding.
Right.
He wakes up and he had pulled his fucking tooth out.
Yeah,
That's a
things went bad.
disaster. There's a random baby in their hotel room. What?
Yep.
And then there's also a tiger in their hotel room. So
I don't know that that's a disaster, but it's pretty.
that's a disaster.
It's crazy for sure.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. That's close.
Oh God.
That's pretty good. That's
like
pretty
my
good.
best one on here. Okay.
Okay. So that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You want some of mine?
You can be in your number 5.
Do you
Sure.
want me to send you my not top 5?
You're not
like a
top
little-
5.
Like ones that are my honorable mentions you can steal from it if you'd like.
Because well, first maybe do your 5 and then we'll see if I can figure it out from there.
Well, I'm going to start out with, it was hard for me to pick. I did a combo.
Okay.
And it's in the water combo. No, wait, I lied. That one's removed. I'm going to start out with this kind of a, not generic, but like it's a disaster. No doubt about it. And it's the scene in Independence Day where the spaceships are above all the major cities and then they blow them all up. When that happened, when I was a boy and that happened and they blew up every major city, they were above like the, what's the name of this building in fucking New York City? I'm blanking. The tall one. Empire State. They're like on top of it partying and then they blow it up. I was like, holy, because it was like crazy. Like, oh, this movie's gonna go. They're gonna have to fight these. They're gonna figure out how to stop these aliens. But like the first half, like I don't know, like a half hour in the movie, they blow up the whole everything. They blow up all these major cities. It was a fucking disaster, and it was nuts. And it was like kind of a cool twist on the movie. Like, oh, they blew up everything. You know, the amount of millions of people that died in that, crazy.
Do you want to do your 4th movie?
Why is that? Let's hear what you
just so
got.
I
That's
can
fine.
Figure this shit out.
Tara, figure it out.
Okay.
What do you not know?
Okay. Okay. My next.
Whatever you have is good. Whatever you have is good.
Okay.
But next week when we do sassiest sass boys, I don't know. We'll figure it out for next week. But
My next
hear it.
disaster movie is something
Not-
about Mary.
Tara, it's my number one.
Oh,
It's not the movie. It's
okay.
just the scene.
Okay.
It's just one scene is a disaster.
All right. Well, I'll have that be my number one then.
You just cheating and jumping around just to make your list better.
No. Well, I can keep that up. I just
Where'd you
didn't
have
wanna-
it? Where'd you have it?
Number 4.
Fine. Say what you're gonna say, but it is my. I'll tell you. When I get to number 1, I'll do my part.
Okay.
Give me your number. Something about Mary.
So
Maybe let's not talk about something about Mary until we get to my number 1.
Okay.
Kind of ruins my number 1,
Sure.
but it's my number 1.
Sure.
But let's talk about it at the top.
Okay.
And then we can talk about something about Mary. Is that fine?
Yep.
Just because I want to tell you which part is number 1.
Okay.
Okay?
I think
the
we have.
disaster part.
I think we have
We
the
all know.
same. disaster
We all know.
part.
Well, what's your? Oh, I thought you were just saying the movie. Don't just say pick the part in
I'm
the movie.
picking parts. That's what I'm doing. The
No,
part.
it can be the whole movie, but
Yeah.
for this movie, it's specific.
Yes.
Parts. It can be the whole movie, but this movie, it's a specific.
Do you want to
part.
wait to talk about it till you're number 1?
Yeah, we might as
Okay.
well.
Because
It's a disaster. It was a fucking
it was
disaster.
a disaster.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
Maybe
my
I'll
number
just move
four-
it to my number 1.
Well,
No,
if
I've
it's
got
not your
some
number 1.
I got some other really good ones.
All right, my number 4 disaster in a movie or disaster movie is Reservoir Dogs.
Ooh.
The bank heist is a fucking disaster, Tara.
Yeah.
In Reservoir Dogs. It couldn't be more of a disaster. Everyone dies. Every single person that was part of the diamond heist, every person that planned the diamond heist that wasn't even there ends up dying in the end. The undercover cop dies. A random cop that they kidnapped dies. And then one person lives. They don't, though, because they go out and you hear the guns. The diamonds, nobody gets the diamonds except for the diamond place. I don't feel bad for them. I don't care if these guys all get the diamonds. It's a disaster, Tara. Nothing goes right in that movie. It's a fucking shit show of a heist. They blew it. They were all so bad at what they did. They blew it. Were they good at anything? They suck.
No. It was
I will say that's kind of the thing with the first couple Tarantino flicks is everyone kind of suck. Like even in Pulp Fiction, a lot of people like fuck up a lot. Like not very good at what they do. So yeah.
It
Reservoir
was a fuck
Dogs,
up.
the bank heist. I'm sorry, the diamond heist in Reservation. I keep wanting to say Reservation Dogs. The diamond heist in Reservoir. The diamond heist in Reservoir Dogs is a complete fucking disaster.
Yes.
It's nuts how bad it went.
I agree.
Agreed? You like that one?
I do. I like it a lot. Okay.
Great movie though.
Such a good movie. My number 3 is Super Bad. Because when they couldn't get the alcohol for like the hot girls party, like when you're that age, that's a fucking disaster because they finally are getting in to the party with the girls that they really like, and then they're like, oh God. And then
but they do get the alcohol.
They do get the alcohol at the end. But there was a disastrous part when McLovin gets.
It was. I feel like it was fake. There's a reason a couple things didn't make my list, and I feel like Superbad fits into this category where it wasn't quite a disaster. Disaster was eluded. I felt like disaster was coming, and they fucking skipped out of the way of it.
Okay, I
guess. Though I will say at the end when he passes out and headbutts her, that's kind of a disaster.
Yeah.
That part I would say is a disaster.
And
actually,
when
you're, I will
then,
say the end is it, and when Evan and she pukes everywhere, like she's gonna hook up with Evan. I'd say that part, I would say that part's the disaster.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Is like how that all goes. Like their first attempt at hooking up.
Yes.
Total disaster. I would say the whole movie is like
movie has
leading towards disaster, written all over it. Yeah.
Because
I don't hate this one.
The whole movie has lots of disasters.
I would agree.
Like his car gets towed. So he doesn't have a
I
car.
wouldn't
So
call
then
them
they
all
have
disasters. They're all like what I'm sorry, a middle class, upper middle class kid would find as a disaster
Yeah.
more than a
A high
disaster. I
schooler.
would say high school, middle class high schooler would find.
And
it
then
as
he
a
finds
disaster.
out that they're not. McLovin is sharing a dorm room with him, and he's pissed.
That's
So
not
their
a disaster,
friendship.
though.
With the friendship, it is okay.
My number 2 disaster is why am I blanking here? My number 2 disaster is John Hammond. Is that name Hammond? John? Why am I blanking? Doesn't matter.
What's it in?
Doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you. Why am I forgetting his name? It is John. I was right. I don't know why my number 2 wait, where am I at 2 or 3? I'm at 3.
3.
My number 3 disaster is John Hammond and all of his merry dinosaurs on Jurassic Park trying to bring in these scientists. That's a fucking disaster. He's like, I'm going to bring in these people and I'm going to get them to say, this is a great park. And then it goes, I don't know, about as bad as it could go. He almost kills his goddamn grandchildren.
Yeah, that's a disaster.
It's a disaster. Jurassic Park, what is it called? I'm trying to think of the name of what that would be called to bring those people in. The test run.
Sure.
That's what it is. The test run for my number 3 disaster is the test run at Jurassic Park. Nothing could have gone fucking worse.
No.
First of all, they don't see any fucking dinosaurs to begin with when they're driving around, and then a storm brews and everybody gets fucking eaten by dinosaurs. It's bad.
It's really
and there's
bad.
like a fucking tropical storm. It's a disaster, Jurassic Park. Cool, amazing to watch, but a fucking disaster.
That is a disaster. You are better at this than me.
I just hope that this makes you work better and harder for the next list.
I worked hard. I was like,
I know. When you're done, you'll give me your other list. I do want to hear your other list.
okay.
It's probably a lot of stuff that's on my other list, my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I only
I was
have 2
trying
more.
to think
I mean, some
outside
of
the
mine
box.
are disaster. You didn't have to think all of them outside the box. Because I got a couple on here. They ended up not making the list, but you know what? Yeah, we'll say my number 1 is my number 1. What's your number 2 disaster?
My number 2 disaster in a movie is in Fast Times at Ridgemont High when Linda walks in on Brad jerking off to her because she needed to get a Q-tip because she had water in her ears, and it was a disaster for him.
I don't know that I considered it a disaster.
True, it was
definitely embarrassing.
But it was just like his whole life was falling apart because first he wasn't gonna be with his girlfriend anymore because it was his senior year and he had a job and a car, and then he lost his job and his girlfriend. Then the chick that was his sister's best friend, he started jerking off to her, and she just so happened to come in on him. And then he's like,
it's funny.
And he's like, doesn't anyone fucking knock anymore?
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's
I don't know. I don't know if I call it a disaster, but it's bad.
It's a disaster.
Have you heard my disasters so far?
Yeah.
It's a bad moment. It's a bad moment.
It's a disaster.
It's definitely not as disastrous as the scene in Something About Mary we're going to talk about.
I know. I should have moved it up. I was going to move it up to
close.
1.
Why don't you switch that to number 4 or whatever Something About Mary was? 5?
Yeah. No, Something About...
Put that to 5 and we'll talk about something. So your number 5. What's your number 5 thing?
My number 5 thing was The Hangover.
No. Oh, okay. What's your number 4 thing?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
What happened? Your number 5 thing is Fast Times at Ridgemont High jerk-off scene? Okay,
the jerk-off scene.
We go.
It's super bad.
I would say there's a more disastrous moment in that movie. How about that? Is when fucking Dominic... Is that his name, Dominic?
Which one?
Huh?
Dominic?
What's his name? The guy that thinks he's cool.
Am Why can't I think of it? I've seen it like 18 million times.
Isn't I go to it's Mike Damone. The most disastrous part of the movie is Mike Damone gets this girl pregnant and then she has to have a fucking abortion. That's the biggest disaster in that movie. That's a disaster.
That is a disaster.
That's a disaster.
No, but she
has an abortion.
Not because of him. Wasn't it the other guy?
Huh? No, Damone gets her pregnant. And then he's supposed to help her pay for it and then no shows.
Yeah.
Damone is the biggest disaster of that movie. Getting caught jerking off is embarrassing for a moment, is my point. It's embarrassing. In the moment, you're like, that's in your brain, you're like, that's disastrous, but really it's not.
It's disastrous.
It's just like embarrassing.
But
so if you want to change that to Damone causing an abortion, I'd be into that as a pick.
Oh my God, I hate this game.
So maybe give me your
number.
So your number one's gonna be the same. Your number one's gonna be the same thing now, right? As mine.
Sure, I'll move my number 2 down.
To where?
To my 1 to 2.
It doesn't have to be.
But I will.
Okay. So then you need to give me your. Do you want me to go? I'll do my 2 first then.
Just you do your 2.
And then we'll do 1 together.
Okay.
So my number 2 disaster in movies is every fucking Twister and Twister. It's awesome. I can't wait for the new Twisters. It looks fucking rad as hell. Have you seen a trailer for it, Tara?
I still haven't, but I want to.
Looks fucking rad. Watch it now while I sit here and talk about Twisters. Pull it up. Watch it while I talk about Twister.
It's called Twisters?
It's called Twisters.
I'm not going to be able to hear you.
That's fine. I'm gonna vamp anyway.
Twisters.
So Tara's gonna watch Twisters with, I forget the guy's name. What's his name, Tara?
I don't know yet.
The guy in it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn.
Glenn Powell is in Twisters, but I'm talking OG Twister.
Twisters trailer. Okay.
So every when I saw Twister in the theaters, like, this is the sickest movie I've ever seen. You don't have to watch the whole thing.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Sure.
Yeah.
You watch, like, just get a vibe for it,
okay,
and then maybe finish it later. Because I think it's probably fairly long. Yeah, but Twister. We got Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Carrie Elways is like the bad guy. Carrie Elwes. It's amazing. Alan Ruck doing his thing. I love Twister. Every tornado's intense. It probably, special effects look a little silly sometimes, but the new one looks like it's pretty fucking cool.
Okay, so I watched 30 seconds of it and it's intense.
It looks sick, right?
Yeah, I'm excited.
It looks sick. So maybe we should go see that together.
Yeah.
For the pod.
Yes.
And do a special edition Twisters pod.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into it.
It looked good.
Definitely looks good. I'm excited about Twisters. You know what? Glenn Powell's doing it right. He's in a bunch of like throwback movies and sequels, and he's picking the right ones.
Yeah. Because Maverick was fucking awesome.
Maverick was awesome.
Whenever someone's talking about it, they say they haven't seen it, I'm like, you have to see it. It's so good. I don't even like movies like that, but I think I actually do like movies like that. But I love it. You do,
Tara. Tara, you know what I've learned from this podcast is you love movies. When I pick a movie like that, you fucking love it.
Action movies.
It's rare that you're not into it.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you're not into it.
I love a good action movie.
I usually know when you're not going to be in it. I knew you weren't going to like blown away, but I made you watch it anyway.
It was so bad.
I made you watch it anyway. Glenn Powell's also in another movie this year called Hitman. And I'm kind of a Linklater directed it. I'm pretty excited about that.
Isn't he in another one with Sydney Sweeney?
That's been out since last year.
Oh.
Came out like the end of last year. It's like a romance comedy sort of thing. Oh, I didn't send you the thing where it's like this like old hag.
I saw that.
Because she was where she talks shit about Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Did I send that to you?
No, but I heard about it.
What a dumb bitch.
I know.
Like, what an idiot.
Like, what's the point?
Why
of
are you even
this?
saying that?
Right.
First of all, it's a fucking insane comment.
It's a very bad
maybe you
take.
can think she's not a great actress, whatever. But to say she's not even pretty is like a wild thing to say.
And it's fucking rude. It's like,
right.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like clearly nobody people find her very attractive.
Yes.
So like to say that's wild. She's like a bombshell attractive
Yeah.
sort of thing. Like to say she's not even pretty is fucking insane.
It's ridiculous.
And then rude. Like, what are we talking? Why are you being a bitch? Like,
Right?
it was just to be a bitch.
It was
and
to be a
say
bitch.
there's no way there weren't people in that class that were like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Exactly.
Like she said it. She was like, so it wasn't people in the class talking about it. It was her in an interview talking about how she was basically acting like how she was almost like, this is how cool I am. I talked shit about Sydney Sweeney in front of my class.
Yeah.
Like, you're an idiot. What a dumb fucking thing to say.
Yeah. It was so weird. It was just like such a weird thing.
She's so out of touch. It's just an out of touch old person feeling old. And not like, oh, why is she like.
It's like, I knew better. In my day, I knew how to pick them.
Yeah, you did. She's a massive star.
Yeah.
She's like probably, I would say probably outside of Taylor Swift, not as in like looks, but like the hottest female celebrity out there right now.
Yeah.
Would you say that's probably true?
Definitely one of them. Her and Zendaya.
I'm trying to think of who else is like popping like her.
Zendaya's
where she's like
poppin'.
everywhere. Who?
Zendaya.
Yeah, Zendaya said. Oh, I'm glad you said that. We'll get back to our list. I did go see Dune 2 in the theater. I wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
And Dad and Trin were giving me shit that him and Trin were talking shit about me for talking so highly
Of Timothée Chalamet.
Of Timothée Chalamet during Wonka. Like I was like, I want to just gargle his balls. I'm like, maybe I do. He's fucking rad. He's Chalamet. But I watched Dune 2, and guess what? Chalamet fucking rocks in that movie. I love Tim Chalamet. He's my favorite actor right now.
I love it.
I love Tim Chalamet.
I love it.
Love Tim Chalamet. Go fuck yourselves, Dad and Trent. Go fuck yourselves. Because I love Tim Chalamet. Go watch Dune 2. He's rad as hell in it. I'm like, I was kind of like, for a second, I'm like, whatever. Chalamet's fucking rad in that movie. I love Tim Chalamet. I don't know.
I love it.
I
love that you're calling him Tim.
I feel like if we were buddies, I'd call him Tim Chalamet. Yeah. I'd probably call him Tim Chalamet.
Yeah.
Like I call my friend Tim Joyce.
Yeah.
He's Tim Chalamet.
He's Tim Chalamet.
Anyway, fuck off. Dune 2's great. Go see it in the theater. You can rent it now, I think, on demand, but you got to see it in the theater if you still got a chance because it's a big movie. Okay. It's very cool. Is it the greatest story of all time? No. Do I care? No.
Does it have action?
It's fucking rad and it has Chalamet. What?
Does it have action?
Yeah, it has action. Tara, it's more in the vein of like a... I don't know. It's not the action we're talking about. Okay. It's more of like a...
Is it more like of an Inception action? I mean, that's pretty actiony.
No, it's got like only a couple fights in it and a couple scenes where it's like it's got some Star Wars-ness to it. It's almost like Star Wars in the sand. I think Star Wars is a ripoff of Dune, if I'm not mistaken. I think he ripped it off. I think George Lucas liked the Dune books and ripped off Star Wars, if I'm not mistaken.
Star Wars in the sand.
I think this is correct. I think that's why it feels like that a little bit. Tara, what's your number 2 disaster in a movie or movie disaster of all time?
Dumb and Dumber, when he has diarrhea on his date and the toilet.
Can you put that back put that to number? That's number 1. Okay. Oh shit! How did I miss this?
And the toilet doesn't
That's
work.
Your number 1. Tara, that's your number 1. Keep your list as was. Just keep it as was. We'll talk about something about Mary's my number 1, but your number 1 is correct.
Yeah.
So Tara, what's your number 1 thing? What's your number 1 disaster? Tell me
My
again.
number 1 disaster from a movie is in Dumb and Dumber, when Lloyd is on his date with Mary and he has all the laxatives, so he has to go to the bathroom, and he goes in and he's like pooping like crazy, and then he destroys it. It's a disaster area in there. That toilet is a disaster. And
nothing could be more disastrous than trying to go on a date and shitting everywhere.
And then Mary's like, "Oh, I hope you're not using the toilet. It doesn't work." And it's like, everyone can feel the feeling that Lloyd is feeling in that moment, where it's like,
the best part is we never find out what happens.
Yeah, because she has to leave.
She has to leave and go meet up with fucking Lloyd.
Yeah. Or
And
no, with what's his name?
he's Harry. He's
Harry.
Lloyd.
Oh, Tara. Okay, I gotta start
Lloyd
over.
Christmas. Lloyd Christmas is Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta start over. When Harry is on the date with Mary, and he has the laxatives, and then
You just say
he destroys the bathroom, and he
That's a fucking
diarrhea's
disaster.
everywhere. And it doesn't
Nothing
work.
worse could happen on a date.
I
than
know.
That. I'm trying to relive it with you.
I mean, think about like there's been times where it's like you're in the bathroom and it doesn't flush, and you're like,
I had a moment, kind of like a moment. I've had my closest moment to that. I think I told it on the pod once. It wasn't like a date, but I guess it was a girl I used to hang out with a decent amount, and we were like hanging out. We went back to her place early on and knowing each other, and I like farted and like I felt wet. And but it wasn't while I was out there. I had to pee. I went to go pee and I went to go do it. And what happened is it was like clear. It was like clear. I told you this, I think.
I don't know.
And it was like this clear moment. And I had to I thought maybe something was going to happen that night. I don't know. But then I went back. And then after that, I was not trying. Just in case more clear.
Because you had a clear butthole.
I went it was in, it got on my underwear. And I went and I was like, well, it's not like, I kind of wiped it. And
did you take your underwear off?
Because it was clear. No, because I wiped it and it was fine after that. But it didn't smell like poop or anything. I don't know what the fuck came out of my ass, Tara. Clear water. Clear. I don't know. Just some clear stuff.
Maybe it's just like your.
I think maybe I had a little butt queef. I don't know. But yeah. So
you're like, no, can't do anything because the clear might come back.
Yeah, I didn't want that. Well, nothing was going to happen anyway, more than likely. But I wasn't going to try. Yeah. I'll tell you that much. Tara, my number one disaster in a movie of all time is also
my
your
number
two disaster of all time. And it is when Ben Stiller zips his dick and balls up into a zipper when he's going to prom with Mary from Something About Mary. Yes. It is a disaster. And it's one of the funniest disasters of all time. Yeah. I think it might. That is number one. I'm sorry. That's number one.
I'm going to have mine still be my number two just because I don't have dick and balls. So
yeah. But think about this. If you were Mary and your date you finally gave a chance to zipped his dick and balls up into his pants right before he went to prom, that's pretty disastrous.
That is disastrous.
That's disastrous for both of them.
Know.
She doesn't got a prom date anymore. And his dick
How
and
did you get the zipper all the way up? He's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. You got the beans above the frame.
Everyone, even women without beans and franks, somehow could feel it. Yeah. They all got it in that scene, which is kind of crazy because normally
and then they have to call the police or the ambulance. Yeah,
I think they call the fire department. Well, they kind of just show up because they hear someone scream. Yeah. They come to the back window. That's pretty good. I will say, the Farrelly brothers in general, same people made both of those movies, were really good at disaster moments. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other ones in their movies off the top of my head.
Let me look at Farrelly brother movies.
Oh, we don't have to do that. We can.
I want to.
Okay, well, so that's our top 5 disasters in movies, and I have a bunch of honorable mentions. Okay, I look that up. So, and then I want to hear your other list. So, I had one that almost was my number 5, but I changed it because I put Jurassic Park in, and it was Titanic. I mean, that's why we came up with it. And then the other water movie was The Perfect Storm.
Yeah,
that's a disaster. It's a you've never seen that, right?
No.
Tara, can you watch it? Please, it's so good. It's sad, but it's good.
I don't really want to watch it, Drew.
Tara, why?
Because it's sad.
It's got Wahlberg in it. It's got Clooney in it. What else do you need to know? It's got a boat. It's got John C. Reilly in it. This is great. Can you please watch it? I want an excuse to watch it.
Can we not do it this week?
Oh my God.
We can do it, but just not this week.
You haven't watched a movie in months.
This week?
You haven't watched a movie in months.
You're not even be around.
Months. I watch movies.
I said
I could watch it tonight. I'm not afraid to watch it tonight. Speaking of, I can't tell. I think it's in the 50s. Both teams look like they might be in the 50s. So that was another one I had. You know what? I'd like you to watch the movie Greenland. So we call Greenland. It's like an end of the world, like asteroid movie that's like really unique and kind of cool. It's starring Gerard Butler. It's really good. Really a fan. And right after that, I have this didn't make the list, and it was Armageddon because technically, I mean, there's like a few things happen at the beginning, but really they stopped the major disaster from happening.
Yeah.
So it doesn't count. And then some old classics, the Poseidon Adventure, when the boat flips over, it's got like Gene Hackman in it. It's from like the 70s, and they got to get out of the boat. It's flipped upside down, and on New Year's Eve. Great. You ever seen that, Tara?
Mm-mm.
Oh, these are all things you should watch. I'm gonna pick one for you of these. You're watching one of these disaster movies. You don't have time this week to watch a little movie. What do you got going on?
Yeah,
Come on.
I can.
Towering Inferno is another one from that time period. I don't like it as much, but it's a giant like skyscraper burning down. It's a crazy movie. A different kind of one is Contagion. That's a virus. Don't yawn when I'm talking about Contagion.
I'm sorry.
But that's a great movie. Obviously, I rewatched it a couple times during the pandemic to bum myself out. And then I did say one more Ben Stiller movie, and it's The Entire Visit in Meet the Parents.
Yeah.
It's a disaster. It almost made my list.
Yeah.
It's a disaster from beginning to end, that visit. It literally is never not a disaster. Like when he finally proposes to her at the end, that's like but it was a disaster. Like everything was a disaster. That whole movie for him, every step of the way was a disaster.
It really was.
Like really, I couldn't pick a moment that was a bigger disaster. The toilet scene. There's a toilet scene in that, and it starts flooding.
Mm-hmm.
You got obviously the whole backyard flood, and then it floods the whole backyard, and then there's like everyone's covered in shit and septic tank.
The volleyball scene.
The bride takes a lot of the
Yeah.
brunt. Her sister takes one in the face from the volleyball.
A
million other things. I don't know. It's a disaster. The whole trip's a disaster.
The nipple scene.
That's not a disaster to me. That's
you can milk anything with nipples.
But yeah, everything about that trip. It's just a disaster. First way to meet parents. So Meet the Parents. I might have said Meet the Fockers like an idiot, but Meet the Parents.
You said Meet the Parents.
Okay, Meet the Parents is a disaster. Let's hear your other disaster list. Quick, just read it really fast.
I had Armageddon as 5.
No disaster happened.
Well, they were preventing a disaster. There was disasters happening.
Disaster was that's why I almost wouldn't pick Superbad, but then you're right, at the end it was a bit of a disaster.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Lots of disaster.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
The Titanic.
Sure.
The Birds.
Sure.
And Twister.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's a fine list. You weren't trying to have that much fun with it, but it was a fine list.
I'm seeing if I had any other ones on there. Ice Age? I don't know.
Stop it. Land Before Time, I would give you
Land
for sure.
Before Time.
First Land Before... I mean, that's a disaster. That's one... That should be I think that's an auto. Land Before Time's an auto, Tara.
Of disaster.
We grew up on that disaster.
Yeah.
That's a disaster.
They get lost.
Well, yeah, but also like
parents die.
The whole... Basically, everyone... It's out of control.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the end of the dinos.
Yeah. I had other disaster parts in movies.
Yeah, what are they?
When in Not Another Teen Movie, the girl's in the bathroom and then she has diarrhea.
You just like
and
shit
then
scenes.
the bathroom
You like the gnarly shit scene.
and then like the bathroom floor collapses and then there's like poop all over the classroom. That's a goddamn disaster.
That's a good movie.
That's a disaster.
Disaster movie on the hand? Not worth even looking at.
No.
It's a terrible movie. What else?
I think
fire through them quick because it's already an hour.
I think that's it. Oh,
right.
Mrs. Doubtfire. That's a disaster movie as well.
That is a disaster as well. It's kind of like Meet the Parents, where it's just a disaster.
It's just a disaster.
It's waiting to happen. Then it finally breaks.
And there's and Jaws. That's a disaster.
I'll give you that. That is a disaster.
It's a disaster.
That's a fucking disaster. Couple things. Did you come up with some holiday things for the day?
There
Hard-hitting
weren't
questions or
any
anything?
good ones, so no.
I don't agree with that, but
Did you look?
I picked. Yes, I picked for the week. Actually, because I was like, we had missed stuff during the week, and I didn't really. But I only one thing caught my eye for that, and it was bring your son or daughter to work day. Who came up with that?
I don't know. Did you ever do it?
Did you ever get to go to work?
Oh yeah,
I think I got to go to mom's work once.
I got to go to mom's.
It was
work.
originally bring your daughter to work
Yeah.
day, and then when we were kids, they were like, well, it's son and daughter. But it's like, who really? Why?
Yeah,
Let's burden our parents and send our kids to fucking work with them. Like, it was so stupid.
yeah.
What a dumb thing.
Well, I
Like,
know.
everyone was excited to do it, but really, when you think about it, pretty stupid.
And like mom, I think I went once where they like had things for the kids to do where they would like go off and do
Yeah.
other things. But then like I would go back to mom's desk and she'd be busy and I would just be sitting there.
I mean, we used to go to work with mom. She worked so hard
Yeah.
and so busy all the time. We'd go sit in her office at night all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know about all the time, but every once in a while we'd go
Yep.
and just walk around. We just
Tried
look
to
for
find
candy.
candy.
jars.
Yes.
Maybe that's when our candy
Yeah.
like dependence kicked in.
We're like,
We're bored. Let's
let's
go
go
find some candy.
we'd be all up in people's
Freak,
drawers and
candy,
stuff.
freak. Yeah, we would look Tara. We went through everything. Can you imagine if we like no kids could ever get away with that now.
No.
Everyone would care too much.
Yeah.
Like, but no one. And we were like, it was like a credit. Like, there's probably stuff we weren't supposed to like come across.
Yeah, definitely.
So you didn't have any good holidays for today?
No, I felt like they all were lame.
Okay, well, it's National Alex Day. Who's your favorite Alex? Top Alexes. Top 3 Alexes, go.
Alex.
Top 3 Alexes, go.
Alex.
If I come up with it first, I win.
If you come up with Alex.
I don't have any in my head, but I never do. I just pick
I
it and I
know.
see
I'm
if you got
trying
it,
to.
and you never have
I'm
it.
trying to think if I know any Alexes. Alex.
My number 3 is
Alex-
Alex Mack.
Oh, it's Alec. Oh, Alex. Yeah.
Alex Mack.
Alex Mack.
My number 3 is Alex Mack.
My number-
You were going to say Alec Baldwin like an idiot.
My number 3 is Alex Antetokounmpo.
Oh, that's a good one. Alex Antetokounmpo is a
Yes.
good one.
Alex.
I have my number 1, but I need a number 2. Alex. My number 2 is Alexander the Great.
I keep thinking of.
My number 2 is Alexander the Great.
I keep thinking of Alexes we grew up with.
Yeah, that doesn't. No,
I
aren't,
know.
none of them are in my top list. And my number 1 is Alex Trebek.
Oh, it's Alec.
So Alex Mack. He's Alex Trebek.
I don't know.
What are you talking about? None of these people are Alec. Alec. Why do you keep thinking they're Alec? Alex Mack, Alexander the Great, and Alex Trebek. That's my top 3 Alexes. And you're an idiot. What are you talking about?
There's only one Alec. And it's
There's one Alec. It's Alec fucking Baldwin. That's it.
oh god, I'm a fucking idiot.
You can have Alex.
Alex Arod?
You can have Alex Caruso.
No. Alex Jones.
Who's that?
He's like the terrible like conspiracy theory guy.
Alex Jones. Oh, is that his name? Alex? It sounds wrong.
I am gonna
So
say
I got 3. You don't have to. It's fine. We'll move
I'm
it
gonna
on.
say A-Rod.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You can have Alex Trebek too. You can pick
Okay,
the same
I'll
as me.
pick Alex Trebek as number 1. And
It's not that big a deal. You don't have to think about it that much. I'm moving on. It's Fly a Kite Day.
what about
How much
Alex?
do you love?
What about Alex from Wizards of Waverly Place?
That's great. That's a great
that's
Alex.
what I'll pick.
So you have Alex Trebek, Alex,
From Wizards of
Antetokounmpo,
Waverly Place.
and Alex from Wizards of Waverly Place. What's the order?
Alex Antetokounmpo, Alex from Wizards of Waverly Place, and Alex Trebek.
Nice.
Let's go fly a kite day.
Fly a Kite Day. Tara, do you like flying kites? I love flying kites.
I'm going to say I don't. I don't think I ever really liked flying kites.
What?
Yeah.
It was, if you got it up and really going, it gave me like anxiety a little bit. I
Oh.
liked that. It was like I was like, oh, I don't want it to get away. But the higher it got, and then you felt really cool. And then like if it started to fall a little bit, then you got it back up. It's very exciting. I took Miranda to fly her first kite just last year. She had a great time.
I might have
She had a very good
I might
time.
have to try it again someday.
She had a very good time.
I'll have to fly a kite again. I like the song Let's Go Fly a Kite.
Sure. I have one other thing. It's National Big Word Day.
Big
What's your favorite big word?
onomatopoeia?
What's your favorite big word? Don't just say a word that's long. Do you have a favorite big word? You don't ever. You think about onomatopoeia a lot.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I didn't say just try to name long words.
I like that word.
Name a word. Like for me, I like the word Saskatchewan. That's a cool word.
Saskatchewan.
I know it's a place, but it's still a word. I like Saskatchewan. That's fun. Saskatchewan.
You don't like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
No, it's the dumbest thing ever. Like name long word.
I like the
it's
word
not even real.
Mississippi.
Is it even real?
I like the word Mississippi.
No.
Why? Jesus.
Mississippi. You like the word Mississippi?
I do. MISSISSIPPI.
Would you call that a big word? We're both just naming long. You're naming just long
like
words. A
that
big word.
word.
Saskatchewan. Tough to say. Saskatchewan. But what about like a big word? Like a word that's like, I would say like big. Like if you use it, you like no words. Like a big word like that. You know what I'm saying? Like not that there's that procrastinate. That's like a big word.
That's what I do.
Procrastinate. Yeah, I don't know. That's all you got for me. Mississippi, supercalifragilistic. Are you for supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Mississippi. What's the longest word you know? Mississippi. My sister's a dummy. Tara, someone said in our thing. Someone said on our TikTok, did you see the comment on TikTok where someone's like,
was mad at you?
Fly this man into the sun. Like I was like, I'm like, that's what you took from that? Is like, I was making fun of her saying Brumley. Like,
yeah.
I think that it was a woman, and I think she didn't understand hoops and didn't understand that I was making, when I say,
I think it's because you called me dickhead.
You are a dickhead. I couldn't help it. It was such a dickhead thing to say. She's like, why? In her brain is like, why is he being so dismissive to this woman, where it's like, this is my little sister, and she said some dumb fucking idiot. Shit. It was like you clearly knew how dumb it was. Like it wasn't like you were like, it was like so dumb.
It hurt my heart. Like funny. I think about it, I'm like, where did that come from?
You got anything else?
It's World Creativity Day, and we showed our art project, so that's pretty good.
Our art projects, yeah.
That's pretty
good.
Yeah,
we did show our art projects. Hey guys, we're gonna put up. You're gonna vote whose art you like better. I think you like Tara's better, just because it's cooler. Yeah, mine. You gotta get. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Tara don't get it.
I got it. It just was hard to see.
I hate you. So emails.
I like the word flabbergast. Is that a big word?
Flabbergast. There you go. That's a word. That's big, and I like it.
Flabbergast.
You nailed it. You found it. Damn, Twisters looks good. Tara, Twisters. Have you been watching The Circle?
No.
New season of Circle? Do you watch The Circle?
I only watched one season. Two seasons.
So far, not liking the season. Everyone knows they're on The Circle by now, and it's not that fun to watch when everyone knows they're on The Circle. In fact, I don't like it a lot. They have an AI on it this year. I don't know how I feel about that. And I don't know how realistic it is. But also, it's like, it's so, like, everything's so perfectly put that it feels like AI to me. It's like, they're like, oh, they're great. I'm like, really? It seems so weird.
Trin's been watching a show. I think it's a dating show on Netflix, but it's dubbed. But then he wouldn't tell me what it was called. I'm like, what are you watching? He's like, oh, it's just a show.
No thanks.
And then I was like, someone was crying, and I said, is the crying dubbed too? He's like, I think so.
Yeah, dubbed shit is the worst shit. I fucking hate it. I refuse to watch anything dubbed. It's so fucking stupid. Anyone that watches something dubbed has a small. Sorry, Trin. Not when it's a dating show. When it's a dating show, I don't care. But if someone watches like a serious show dubbed, they have a small brain. Just read it, because you can't hear. The actors are so bad that do the dub voiceover that it makes me want to punch somebody. I'd rather read than hear that bullshit. Daddy, stop! Like, that's literally how good they acted it. Oh my God, the moon's falling to the floor. I hate it. Tara, Drew and Tara. Sorry, this is lengthy for Miranda. She said, sorry. That's the title. So maybe like scale back. Quidditch terms to be used by Brumley. I know you didn't ask for clarification, but here it is anyway. The position seeker, keeper, beater, chaser.
Beater.
The different balls. Quaffle, Blood. I said Seeker, by the way. You said Seeker.
I don't think I said anything.
And I said Bludger. So Bludger is a ball.
Okay.
I thought the person was called a Bludger. And the Golden Snitch. I don't care that much.
I only know the Snitch.
Did you watch Conan O'Brien on Hot Ones?
Oh, I forgot.
Okay, well, you're fucking watching that for next
Okay.
week. Conan O'Brien Hot Ones, he was so cocky, and I thought he was going to crumble. It was so good. But when he drank the sauce straight from the bottle,
Drew.
no, you're ruining it for people. There's no reason. I'm not going to read any more of it because it's spoiling for people who haven't seen it, because when it happens, it's wild. The yelling, the shaking, he eats up the wings, the milk. It's very good, is what I'm going to say. She agrees. It's actually very gross too.
Yeah.
I just want to skip it, see if there's anything I need to say for him. But I don't want to read any of that because I just think you should watch it. A few people told me in high school that I looked like Lo, so I like that as a compliment. I don't feel like she looks like Lo. Now I'm not saying that she's not pretty, but Lo, I don't feel like she looks like
Maybe
Lo.
a little
Do you
bit.
think she looks like
Maybe
Lo?
a little.
I'd have to look. I guess I don't even know what she looks like anymore.
Because they both have like bigger eyes, blonde hair.
I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look. I honestly don't know. Let me look. Lo from Laguna. Oh yeah. Now I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I see it. Especially in this picture, I feel like Miranda smiles like when she does her fake smile for poses. This is the smile she does, just like Lo's doing in this picture. If you click Lo, Tara, if you Google
I'm
Lo from
doing
Laguna
it.
Beach, you'll see what I'm talking about. It'll be the first picture. She's wearing a red dress. I'm like, that's such Amanda. Such a Miranda. I'm a grandma now.
I know.
Do you do it yet?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that feels like a pose she would do.
Mhm.
And smile. I checked Tim Meadows in at hotel once, and he was super
Ooh.
nice. Did we talk about Tim Meadows for some reason?
We were talking about.
I've met him
Were
multiple
we
times
talking
and did
about
check in at Hotel
Tim's?
Lincoln.
No.
I don't remember. Oh, I think we did talk about Tim's. We did talk about Tim's. I don't know when. Top 3 Seth Rogen movies: Pineapple Express number 3, 40-Year-Old Virgin number 2, The Night Before number 1. She
Oh,
does
I
love
do
The Night
like that
Before.
one too. It's very good.
I think Leaving Out Superbad is fucking crazy because it was like he wrote it too. So I really like to give him credit for that. People of all ages love pickleball. Don't take that as an insult. No, it's lame. I would totally try it and be super bad at it. I am sure. I agree. Back to the Britney Spears debate. I think the older generation is more likely to know, oops, I did it again. Hit me maybe one more time. Toxic versus Toxic. I stand by my and Drew's opinion on that. It's iconic. It's about iconicism. Toxic is a good song. I can't lie. But the iconicness it'd be like, it's crazy. It's crazy to say that.
I just don't know. I still stand by my opinion.
It's a bad
It's
opinion.
not.
It's not even an opinion.
Yes,
it's a false
No.
take. False take.
If
it's
you
not an opinion.
played Hit Me Baby
I
one
know
more
you two
time
are
in
both.
Toxic.
I'm reading.
I'm reading.
It's too long. You got to shorten your emails up, people. This is so long. We're gonna get to an hour 40
That's
again.
okay. That's what we do.
That's what we do. I know you two are done with the year list, but they've been really fun, and these are still my growing up years, so I'm not really struggling with them. I'm going to keep making the list and maybe I'll spark some fun combos for you too. I put up a record from 2005. Beck Gero, I think was my favorite record of the year. I love that record. It's a really fun record. Number 5, the first album by Hilary Duff, Most Wanted. I don't really know that album. I don't
thought
think.
Metamorphosis
Wake up,
came
beat
up.
of my heart, clean, come clean. So yesterday, fly, your lips are sealed. Kuma's Corner. Oh, so that's when Kuma's Corner started. She became obsessed. We lived pretty close to it. She became obsessed with it. We had it just a couple weeks ago, maybe last week. The Legend of Zorro, number 3. She does love that movie. Never liked that movie.
Kuma's ice cream
40-Year-Old Virgin?
sandwiches are good.
40-Year-Old Virgin. Duh.
That one's
Like
auto.
that's a Mount
That's a
Rushmore.
Mount
Honestly,
Rushmore.
that's probably a Mount Rushmore.
Or
I don't know. We're not going to have to
Top
worry about it because we
100.
didn't do the list, but top 100 for sure. And number 1, The Office with the theme song, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Carell. I honestly, if we had done the list, I probably would have just picked Steve Carell as number 1.
yeah.
He would have been my number 1 thing from 2005 is Steve Carell because of The Office and 40-Year-Old Virgin. Honorable mentions. I don't know if I got to go through these all, but Harry Potter, Another one of those dumbers. Batman Begins, good movie. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Wedding Crashers, Hitch, Monster in Law, Wedding Date, Grey's Anatomy, Criminal Minds, How I Met Your Mother. These are less fun when I didn't go through them myself.
I love
will
Criminal
say that.
Minds, though. Ooh, it's good.
Weeds, We Belong Together, Gold Digger, Candy Shop, You and Me, Lose Control, Ponda Replay, My Humps, Feel Good
Ponda
Inc.,
Replay.
Sugar, We're Going Down, Photograph. These are good songs. I think
Sugar,
we
we're
maybe
going
should have done
down,
2005.
down, and
I
I'm
think
in.
we probably should have done 2005. It
Yeah.
was kind of popping. We gave up a little too soon.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it again. Maybe we'll do 2006, but maybe 2006 will suck. We'll take a look at 2006 and think about it. Photograph, no, it's a bad
Look
song.
at this
Lonely.
photograph.
Look at this photograph. Fuck that. That song sucks so bad. I hated that fucking band.
Nickelback.
Yeah. Even when they came out, I knew they fucking sucked. Bad Day.
Bad Day.
Oh, there's too many things. Stick Witty, Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy.
God, there's so many songs.
Shake
There's
that
so many
Laffy Taffy.
songs. I skipped a bunch, and that was
Laffy
back to songs. Dirty Little Secret, Move Along, It Ends Tonight.
Oh, I love All American Rejects.
Fix You Before He Cheats, Cupid's Chokehold, Feeling Good,
What?
Home, Twilight, Book, The Book, Thief, Book, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Book. It's my favorite one. Oh, okay. The last one. I don't usually include any antis for this year, but I hate the song "You're Beautiful" by James Blunt.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Can you keep it a little shorter? Hello, this is from Jeannie.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Melon Fights. I'm back. My thoughts of last week. Don't love the 2 Miller High Life Chugs ad. You know I'm not a burper fan. I got something big planned for next week. Just so you know, on the beard chugging. Your take on judgment and body shaming and people using Ozempic was good. People should watch the Oprah special or the scene in King Charles episode on it. I just think people need to fucking make up their mind. Like, do you want them fat or do you want them to be skinny? You don't get to decide how they get there. Fuck off. OJ chose not to donate his brain to science to see if there was any CTE impacts. Oh, I didn't know that.
Doesn't surprise me.
No. Got to go Drew and Brittany's best of. I like Oops, I Did It Again and Hit Me Baby
Fuck
One More Time.
off, everyone.
More beloved. They're more beloved. She's right. They're more beloved. Toxic and Womanizer are also great. I agree. But I think the other two may be higher on the list, although can't get Womanizer out of my head right now. Womanizer. Weirdo. Don't even mention being buried alive underground. The mention of it causes a panic attack.
Oh, gee.
Marathon would be a walk in the park compared to that. Okay. My take on the 5 best disaster movies. Number 5, I Am Legend. She went pretty chalk. Number 4, The Mist. I do love that movie, and it is a disaster.
Oh my
number
God,
3,
the
Jurassic
way it
Park.
ends is disgusting.
I know. The Jurassic Park is number 3. Number 2 is Independence Day. Number 1, Titanic. She did a good job. I think that's a good classic disaster list. I like all of them. I probably wouldn't have I Am Legend on that list at all. Honorable mention, Poseidon Adventure with Ernest Borgnine. I did mention that. It's a great movie. Twister for your dad, and I mentioned that. So I had pretty much nailed it. All the Godzillas, sometimes King Kong movies. For the record, I think School of Rock should be a Mount Rushmore. It's up there with Dirty Dancing, so you know it'd be great. So you know it'd be great.
It'd be great.
Love you, Mom. She's a weirdo. So yeah, that was anything else there? Do you have anything else? Do you have like a what's it called? The thing.
A grievance.
A grievance. Do you have any grievances for the week?
Not really. This week was actually a decent week for me. But let me think of something.
Wow. Tara had a good week. Tara's having a good week. Must be nice. Must be nice. I'm just happy that I seasoned my pan. Hey Drew, what'd you do this weekend? Yeah, that was such a 40-year-old.
I know.
Moment. You're I seasoned my cast iron skillet. I took the weekend to do that. And I'd set it in the oven. I'd go off and do something. I'd go sit and do something else and paint and come back and ooh, look at it. It's all shiny and greasy and it's seasoned. It was rusty. I had to clean the rust off. I had to scrub it off.
I actually do have a grievance. I think someone hit my car because my front bumper is falling off, and I'm not super excited about it.
Oh, shit. That is not good. That's not good at all. No.
It clicks in decent enough, so I don't think I'm going to lose it, but hopefully that
Did Dad take a look at
Yeah.
it?
I was like, how did this
thinks it's gonna
happen?
be
He
all
thinks
right?
someone hit it. And there is like some
Probably.
scratch on it. Like, shit.
Or you were drinking and driving?
No.
Okay. Tara, I haven't had okay, not totally true. I haven't been eating sweets at all for the last since Monday,
Good.
I want to say. Since Tuesday. Except for one. I bought a bag. You know Wallaby
Yes.
Australian licorice?
Yeah. Licorice.
They they have a lemonade flavor one.
How was it?
And it's awesome. But I just eat one. I eat 3 of them, which is a serving. That's not enough for a serving. But I've been doing that.
Good.
Been doing very good. I eat 3 of them a day, and from a sweet treat, I love them. They taste so good. I love them.
I tried those Oreos you told me about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How good are
Freaking
those?
phenomenal. Like,
Did you crush them?
I had to throw them away because I couldn't stop eating them.
They're so addicting.
Just
like the popping almost makes them more addicting.
Yes, and
but they tasted good too.
yeah, because I feel like it's like a marshmallow
like
cotton candy like
It was
cream.
like very sweet
Yeah.
too. There was like a fruitiness to it somehow too. I love these Space Dunk
Yeah.
Oreos. But did you get the mini M&M, peanut butter
peanut butter
M&Ms?
M&Ms? Yeah, I did. Of course, I did.
Those are good too,
Those are
right?
good. I was making protein.
It's fun to like.
Yeah, I was making protein frosting and then like putting that in my protein frosting for a
Oh,
little
nice.
something extra.
Little zest.
It was awesome.
Nice. Yeah, those are good. So yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. You got to try these. You don't care about the Australian licorice that much.
I
do you?
like the black licorice.
You got to try the.
I'll
you
try
like the
it.
texture
I'd
and
like
stuff,
it.
though, right?
Yeah.
The lemonade one. I found it at Jewel, so I don't know where you're gonna find it. Probably Target or
Yeah.
something like that. But give it a go. Target, I think, does carry well, but I don't know if they carry as many flavors. There's this one place called Fresh Time in Chicago. And it's like a bunch of like more like health food stuff and like organic stuff and like harder stuff to find. And they have like 10 different flavors of that shit. And there's like pomegranate and like triple berry and shit like that. It's very good. But this is my new second favorite flavor behind the Rich.
And it's 3 at a time.
3 at a time.
3 a day.
Just like Tara. What? Next week, though, I'm going to be chugging 2 more High Lifes. Keep it going. Next week, Tara, I would like you to watch one of these movies this week. Couldn't you watch one of them?
No.
Yeah, you said you would watch a movie.
I will. But I also have to
Maybe I'll
watch
do it
Conan Hot Ones, so that's another half hour.
That should be just watched out of joy.
I'll watch it tonight.
Tara. Whoa.
Whoa,
I was just going to look at 2006
Miss
really
Lippy.
quick and see if there's... Whoa, Miss Lippy. Whoa, Miss Lippy. What about man, what a shitty we should have done 2005 and then stopped 2006 because it's dog shit. Full on dog shit. Like, I guess there is Beer Fest
That's good.
and Grandma's Boy.
Very good.
Those are fun. But like as far as other
Those
shit
are
goes,
cult classics.
Terrified of those disaster movies I said, which one would you want to watch the most?
Oh, God. I don't even know what you said. I don't want to see Perfect Storm.
We got Perfect Storm, Greenland, but it's kind of I think it's fairly long. Poseidon Adventure, also kind of long. These might all be long. I don't know. We'll think about it. We don't have anything planned for next week right now, Tara. We need something for next week.
I know. Can it just
We
be
did Titanic
a different
disaster
movie?
movies.
Can
Huh?
it be a different movie?
But I don't have an idea for another
What
movie.
about-
But we need something.
what about-
we don't have a list for next
What
week.
about like a action movie?
I don't have one. There's some that you're supposed to have watched you've never got around to.
What?
I don't remember.
How about we?
There's definitely one that you've been putting off. I can't remember what it is. Saving Private Ryan. You've been putting that off, but it's the longest of all of those.
No. How long is the? I just don't want a sad movie, Drew.
Which one's sad?
Perfect Storm.
Oh, terrible. You're lame.
I know that everyone
You've
dies.
seen Departed. Children of Men. You've ever seen that movie?
No.
That's a cool movie. I don't know if you'd like it or not. I think you would. You like Stick It? I like Stick It.
I like Stick It.
Why do I like
I
Stick
don't
It?
know.
Could you
it's
just
like,
maybe watch Stick It and talk about why we like
Yeah.
Stick It?
Like,
I probably like Stick It because it was like hot chicks in it. Do you know what I mean? Like they were all kind of hot
yeah.
and they were like around our age. So it was like,
It was
I
so
thought,
stupid though.
you know what stinks? Accepted. The Breakup. I like The Breakup. Are you a fan of The
No,
Breakup?
hate it.
Because talk about a disaster
I know.
movie.
Disaster.
The Breakup. That's a fucking disaster.
Come.
Holy
On
shit.
the kick drum. Gary.
Come. We're at hour 38. God damn it.
Okay.
We need a list for next week. Then
Um.
I want people to be excited about it.
Oh, it's the 28th. It's Superhero Day.
Superhero Day.
That's on the 28th.
How about that? Our top 5 superheroes not in superhero movies. Like someone who like, do you know what I mean by
Sure.
that? Like for like someone who's like a superhero, like a super, I don't want to ruin anything,
Yeah.
but like, so not like Batman, but like someone that's like, dang, that's pretty superhero-y.
Yes.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Like what they did is like impressive. It's going to be hard.
Yes.
So our top 5 superhero characters not
Top 5
That don't have-
superheroes
that
that
are
are
not
not
in-
in superhero movies.
yes,
Yes.
if that makes sense. Top 5 superheroes that are not in superhero movies. Tara, stay dry.
Stay dry.
Have a Tuesday.
Have a Tuesday.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Melon
Melon
fights.
fights. You were late for sure on that one.
I was.